Hello and welcome to today's briefing. I'm Dana, and I'll be leading the conversation.
And I'm Matt. We'll be discussing the latest news across various categories.
Let's start with the news that U.S. President Donald Trump has imposed 50% tariffs on most Canadian goods, citing disputes over autos, alcohol, and dairy products. The move is expected to escalate trade tensions between the two countries.
That's a significant development. What specific Canadian products are being targeted by these tariffs?
According to the reports, products such as wine, cement, and even hockey sticks will face these duties, while energy and minerals are exempt. This move seems to be part of a broader trade dispute.
So, how does this affect the existing trade agreements between the U.S. and Canada?
The reporting suggests that Canada has been accused of unfairly discriminating against American autos, alcohol, and dairy products. This tariff imposition is a response to those perceived unfair practices.
I see. Have there been any reactions from the Canadian government regarding these new tariffs?
Prime Minister Mark Carney mentioned that he spoke with President Trump and they agreed to intensify trade negotiations after the U.S. announced the tariffs. It seems both sides are willing to engage in further talks.
That's a positive step. Let's move on to another story.
French lawmakers have adopted a bill banning children under 15 from using social media, making France the first country in the EU to approve such a blanket ban.
Wow, that's quite a strict measure. What are the main concerns driving this legislation?
The concerns are centered around the harmful effects of digital content on kids. Lawmakers are worried about the impact of social media on children's health and safety.
How will this ban be enforced? And what are the potential consequences for social media companies?
The details on enforcement are still coming out, but it's expected that social media platforms will need to verify users' ages. Non-compliance could result in penalties for these companies.
That raises questions about how effective age verification can be. Have there been any reactions from the social media industry?
Not directly in the articles, but it's likely that there will be discussions about the practicality and implications of such a ban.
Let's move on to another topic.
A federal appeals court has rejected Joe Biden's request to block the release of audio recordings and transcripts of his interviews with a memoir ghostwriter.
What are the implications of releasing these recordings?
The release could provide more insight into Biden's memoirs and potentially raise questions about his memory and cognitive abilities, as some of the interviews were conducted before he was elected president.
Are there any legal grounds for Biden to further contest this decision?
The articles don't specify, but typically there are further appeal processes available. The decision is likely to be contested on legal grounds.
Okay, let's discuss another story.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has stated that the U.S. war against Iran has cost $37.5 billion so far. This estimate was provided during a Senate hearing.
That's a significant financial burden. What is the context behind this cost estimate?
Hegseth appeared before the Senate to make a case for President Trump's supplemental funding request, mostly intended to replenish the Pentagon after the U.S. war against Iran.
Have there been any protests or questions raised about this funding request?
Yes, Hegseth faced questions and protests during the Senate hearing. Republicans are pushing a $95 billion budget package to fund the military.
Let's move to another story.
Social media influencers Andrew and Tristan Tate are fighting extradition to the UK, where they face charges of rape and sex trafficking.
What are the brothers' arguments against extradition?
Their lawyer suggested that the arrest in Miami was politically motivated and that the allegations are part of a political witch hunt.
Have the brothers or their representatives commented on the specific charges?
The articles don't provide details on the charges themselves, but their lawyer has vowed to challenge the extradition.
Okay, let's discuss another topic.
Novo Nordisk has sued Eli Lilly, alleging that Eli Lilly's advertising comparing their obesity and diabetes medications is misleading.
What specific claims is Novo Nordisk's challenging?
The lawsuit accuses Eli Lilly of using outdated data in their advertising campaigns, making their weight loss drugs appear more effective than they actually are.
How might this lawsuit impact the pharmaceutical industry's advertising practices?
If Novo Nordisk succeeds, it could set a precedent for stricter advertising regulations and potentially lead to more transparent marketing practices.
Let's move on.
Maruti Suzuki is planning to increase car prices by up to 30,000 rupees across its models starting August, due to rising input costs.
What are the main factors driving this price increase?
The company cites rising input costs and persistent inflationary pressures as the reasons for the hike.
How might this affect consumer demand for Maruti Suzuki vehicles?
The articles don't provide specific insights, but generally, price hikes can impact demand, especially if consumers are price sensitive.
That's a valid point. Let's discuss another story.
Prime Minister Mark Carney and President Trump have agreed to intensify trade negotiations following the U.S. announcement of new tariffs on Canadian products.
How does this development affect the trade tensions between the U.S. and Canada?
It seems both countries are willing to engage in deeper trade talks, which could potentially ease tensions.
Let's move on to another topic.
Samsung has launched its first branded credit card in the U.S., offering cashback rewards and other benefits.
What are the key features of the Samsung Galaxy card?
Cardholders can earn up to 5% cashback on eligible Samsung purchases and 3% on Samsung Wallet transactions. It also has no annual fee and no foreign transaction fees.
How does this credit card compare to competitors like the Apple Card?
The Galaxy Card seems to offer competitive rewards, especially for Samsung customers. The lack of an annual fee is also a plus.
Let's discuss another story.
31 companies have won 37 oil and gas blocks in Nigeria's 2025 licensing round.
What does this mean for Nigeria's oil and gas industry?
It indicates significant investment interest in Nigeria's energy sector, potentially leading to increased production and economic benefits.
Have there been any comments on the potential environmental impact?
The articles don't mention specific environmental concerns, but such developments often come with discussions about environmental and regulatory frameworks.
Okay, let's move on.
There's a program called EFL Greatest Games airing on Sky Sports Football HD, featuring highlights from various EFL matches.
What are some of the matches being featured?
The articles mention matches like Leeds United versus Sheffield United from the 2017-18 season and Sheffield Wednesday versus Leeds United from 2013-14.
That sounds like a great retrospective. When can viewers catch this program?
It airs at different times, including 3:45 p.m. on Tuesday, 21 July, on Sky Sports Football HD.
Let's discuss another story.
Chicago White Sox catcher Kyle Teal exited a game against the Texas Rangers with a left ankle sprain.
How severe is the injury, and what's the expected recovery time?
Teal was placed on the injured list with a left ankle sprain. The White Sox recalled catcher Edgar Quero from AAA.
That provides some relief knowing they have a backup plan.
The Best of the Open Zone 2023 is airing on Sky Sports Golf HD, featuring highlights from the Open Zone at Royal Liverpool.
When can viewers catch this program?
It airs at different times, including 3:30 a.m. on Wednesday, 22nd July.
Let's move to another topic.
A Will Chamberlain warm-up jacket from the 1972 NBA Finals sold for over $89,000 at an auction after being found in a thrift store.
That's a remarkable story. How did the jacket end up in a thrift store?
A teenager bought it for $3.07 at a Goodwill store outside Portland, Oregon. It was later sold at a Sotheby's auction.
What makes this jacket so valuable?
It's a rare memorabilia item directly associated with a significant NBA historical event.
Let's discuss another story.
Formula One coverage is available on Sky Sports F1 HD, including highlights and analysis of the Belgian Grand Prix.
When can viewers catch the Formula One coverage?
The Belgian Grand Prix highlights air at 10 p.m. on Tuesday, 21 July, and other related programs are scheduled throughout the night.
Let's move on.
Peppa Pig is airing on Nick Jr., featuring various episodes.
What are some of the episodes being shown?
Episodes include Decorating, The Petting Farm, and World Book Day.
That sounds like fun for young viewers. When are these episodes airing?
They air at different times, including 6:45 p.m. and 11:50 a.m. on Tuesday, 21 July.
Let's discuss another story.
Actress Kaylee Hoddle, known for her role in Godzilla vs. Kong, has passed away at the age of 18.
What are the circumstances surrounding her death?
The articles mentioned that her father revealed the cause of death, but the specific details aren't provided.
Have there been any tributes or reactions from the film industry?
The articles don't mention specific tributes, but it's likely that there will be condolences and acknowledgments from the industry.
Let's move on.
Judge Judy is airing on True Crime, featuring various episodes.
What are some of the cases being covered in these episodes?
The articles mention cases involving an unwelcome boyfriend, childcare barter, and a woman accusing her neighbor of backing into her beloved vehicle.
When can viewers catch these episodes?
They air at different times, including 5:15 p.m. and 12:30 p.m. on Tuesday, 21 July.
Let's discuss another story.
The trailer for Jessica Chastain's new horror film, Other Mommy, has been released and it's generating a lot of fear among audiences.
What can you tell about the plot or Jessica Chastain's role?
Chastain plays a dual role in the film, which is directed by Rob Savage and set to release on October 9.
Have audiences reacted to the trailer?
Yes, they're already expressing fear and anticipation for the film.
Let's move on.
Amitabh Bachchan shared a blog post about being hospitalized for surgery and an ICU stay.
What were the specifics of his condition and treatment?
Bachchan discussed the challenges of recovery, mentioning that he was in the ICU after surgery and is now returning home.
Have there been any updates on his current health status?
The articles don't provide a current update, but fans are concerned and following the news.
Let's discuss another story.
BBC News is airing on BBC One London, providing the latest headlines.
When can viewers catch this broadcast?
It airs at 1:24 a.m. on Wednesday, 22nd July, among other times.
Let's move on.
Former Tory MP Anne Widdecombe was allegedly hit on the head with a hammer 21 times during an attack at her Devon home.
What are the details of the court proceedings?
A prosecutor told the court that Widdecombe died after being hit multiple times with a hammer. A suspect has been charged with her murder.
Have there been any updates on the investigation or the suspect's motives?
The articles don't provide further details on the investigation or motives.
Let's discuss another story.
There's a live news feed available